What's happening, party people? This is your guy Damien coming at you with a Monday Night Raw results video. A very interesting Monday Night Raw. My opinion, it felt like a panic move. You know, I did not want to see, don't get me wrong, I want Reigns to be champ. But I didn't want him to, I wanted him to get it at WrestleMania. And I watched a lot of other videos of the other people putting their stuff up, and I get what they're saying. I hear a lot of frustration. I hear a lot of excitement. But in my opinion, I was hoping that he would get it at WrestleMania. I'm starting to believe that, you know, either he may not be involved with WrestleMania in the championship phase, or he is, and it's you know, either he's gonna lose it or he'll retain. I don't know, but who knows? Because what went down last night, he can be stripped easily. He can be stripped of the title, and then you got another thing where it's like 3 straight things in a row to where you've kind of like tarnished the thickness of a storyline that could have been carried on a little bit longer. Because having Roman Reigns keep getting screwed, it's like, it's only how many times? And you kind of just did that with Daniel Bryan 2 years ago. So with my Raw results, we'll just get right to it. And then, of course, in the beginning, with Stephanie McMahon talking with, or I should say, trying to chew out Roman Reigns, and them going back and forth, and she's slapping him consecutive times. And one of those slaps could have been like could have been like a nail or something that kind of got to him, because, you know, after that, probably that second to last slap was when, like, you know, he kind of really felt that sting. But I mean, it didn't probably do much to him, just, you know, a little wake upness or whatever, because he's been brutally beaten by several of the top wrestlers, not including getting slapped by Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania during their match. So, you know, that went down like that, and then, of course, she says that her dad's coming. So, of course, you know Vince was coming because of the attack of Triple H last night, or the night before at TLC. You pretty much knew Vince had to make an appearance. And then, of course, obviously, because of all the interference, Sheamus retained at TLC. For those who don't know, which you already should know. Let's see. And then, come on, dude. Go. And then there was a tag team between Ryback and Swagger against Del Rio and Rusev. It breaks my heart to see that Rusev is just way down there like that. They couldn't get a good storyline going with Rusev now. I mean, the Bulgarian Brute has gotten so soft, it makes me sick. And something has to be done. Something has to be done. Because there's no way you can go from that man being virtually unstoppable a year ago to being lovey-dovey and kissing all over Lana and basically getting his butt kicked here and there. It's sickening. Very sickening. So that match was boring. Kind of don't even really want to talk no more about that. Ziggler versus Ambrose. It frustrates me again in how they did Ziggler. They have literally... They've had Ziggler like this. They've had him where he's a nice, good piece of gum. They opened him up. They chewed him for a little bit with the flavor still going. And then after a while, when the flavor gone away, they basically stuck it under the desk or threw it away. That's basically how his career has been. He's not getting a real push. I don't understand why he's not involved in trying to at least get the U.S. title, since Ziggler and Owens are going to be doing that for a while. Or at least till, heck, I don't know, maybe the Fastlane possibly. But it just disgusts me in how a fan favorite like Ziggler, a damn good performer in the ring, and he has to help Tyler Breeze. He has to help or he goes against Dean Ambrose, and just, you know, crash and burn, crash and burn, crash and burn. He gives heck of a matches, hell of matches, but crashes and burns. It makes me sick. You got to do something. You cannot keep dumping on that guy. You can't. You just can't. You're wasting talent. It just drives me crazy. Drives me absolutely crazy. Okay. And then, on a point made by JD from NY206, his video, how they bring Tyler Breeze into the main roster. You have him beat Dolph Ziggler, got a nice little push going, and then he hasn't won a match in who knows when. I think JD said it was like he's 1-5 since he's been on the main roster. Why would you do that to somebody like that? He was basically the last one of the guys, besides like Balor, of course, that is going to be coming up to the roster. And, you know, and then, like, you know, with his entrance not being shown, which was absolutely stupid. Like, come on, man. Look, Ryback is my guy. Ryback is my guy. And Rusev was a top heel, one of the top heels last year. And then all of a sudden, you know, all this crap goes along. You could have just pretty much pushed that match away, or give it like a 3-4 minute match. Called that a day. And give Tyler Breeze his entrance. Because, you know, it's Tyler Breeze's entrance. It's cool. It's the selfie on the phone. They play it on the Tron. You know, it's cool. It's like, oh, that's dope. I want to do that. You know? And no entrance. None. You put him up against Neville, which I still don't even know what they want to do with Neville. Of course, Neville's going to win. Tyler Breeze loses again. Don't do Tyler Breeze like you did Fandango. You had promos for weeks on Fandango. You had promos for weeks on that guy. I was pumped up. I was like, oh my god, I can't wait till he comes. Oh, I cannot wait till he debuts. He getting ready to debut. Still teases us. Not even wrestling. Like, what the heck is going on? It almost got to the point where it got annoying. And then WrestleMania came. Him against Jericho. You have him upset Jericho in the biggest stage of them all. Where the heck is Fandango now? Where is he now? Nowhere to be seen. Why would you do that to him? Why would you do that? That's a character. You could have made him vindictive, an a-hole, evil, but still have his dance hole set up and everything, and all that going. You could have had him be a real jerk, but been a nice little, excuse me, could have had a nice little heel. Nice little evil heel. You know, I mean, you could have stopped his run like around now. You know, he didn't have to be nothing major. He could have been running with the U.S. or the Intercontinental Championship. It's like these guys' runs, they just stop right then and there. Like, it all falls back on the creative team. I'm sorry, WWE, Triple H, whoever's gonna happen to be watching my video, which nobody probably will. But you guys, the creative team stinks. I'm sorry. I am so sorry I have to do that to an organization and a program that I love dearly. But it stinks. The creative team stinks. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who's in charge, whatever. I don't even know who's making the final decision on stuff. And I damn sure hope it ain't Vince doing that. Because I'm like, Vince, just like other people were saying, you're out of touch. Heck, like Roman Reigns said it last night on Raw. You're out of touch. Like, come on, man. Like, so, you know, Tyler Breeze is basically getting a dump take on him early in the main roster career. Early. He's only been in the main roster for like 8.5 minutes. Oh, man. Okay, so, is it me, or am I starting to root more for Becky Lynch? I'm not sure if I want to see, like, a Becky Lynch versus Charlotte at WrestleMania or something like that. I'm not sure if I want to see something like that, considering Sasha, which was the diva that got the most push, the most heat, that was on a roll, and then just basically got thrown into an ice tub and never taken out. Like, we're getting no Sasha Banks push or momentum or nothing like that now. I don't know why. I don't know. It's because they got worried. Like, they wanted Charlotte to be the one for now, so they had to cool off Sasha Banks. You got to give the fans what they want, or your program is going to go stagnant. It's going to go stale. You've got to give the people what they want. Not necessarily all the time. I get that. But at a certain time where the iron is hot, you got to strike that, and you got to roll with that, man. You cannot just not roll with that. You've got to be with that. And of course, you know, the WWE for a while has been doing that, and it's starting to get old and irritating. Listen, I understand you want to cater to the young audience, the kids as well, but you got grown people watching and following and really invested into it. So what are you going to do about that? You got grown people really invested in this whole program. So you've got to be able to have a program that's going to satisfy everybody. And satisfying everybody, you know, from kids, the women, the grown folks, whoever, you got to have a program that's going to, you know, cater to everybody. Now, let's get off of that. Charlotte and Becky Lynch against Brie and Alicia Fox. I don't really care. I'm sorry. It just doesn't amuse me at this moment. I'm so focused on a couple other things that can help with what's going on or towards WrestleMania that pretty much the Divas is an easy one to call. It's a very easy one to call. If you're not going to have a one-on-one Divas match, then guess what you need to have? You need to have a Charlotte, Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, and what's her name? Bayley. That's what you need to have for a WrestleMania Divas match. You know, hey, Brie, Alicia Fox, sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Paige, sorry, I don't know what to tell you. But that's just how that's just going to have to end up being. So, you know, this is how that's just going to go. So, other than that, something could have been better. Now, with Roman Reigns and Sheamus, it was good. God, Sheamus looks beat up. I mean, Roman looks too, but Sheamus looks just beat up. Sheamus looks exhausted. But I don't know, man. Hey, I'm happy that Roman got the belt, but I feel what people are saying on, you know, keep shoving and feeding us. We're not going to be able to, well, others of the universe won't be able to like Roman Reigns the way they want to if he's getting shoved down people's throats. Which, you know, I get it. It's understandable. I don't mind it because I want to see Roman Reigns actually beat Brock Lesnar at Mania 31 for the title. That would be an amazing feat, an amazing accomplishment. But I was very, very, very happy with Seth Rollins cashing in. Very happy with that. That's pretty much was icing on the cake for a pretty dang good WrestleMania. But it was a good back and forth match. I mean, we already knew, you know, the League of Nations was going to come out eventually and get in there and interfere. Vince McMahon interfered, bringing us back to some old school stuff he was doing. And, you know, it didn't work. He took a Superman punch. I want to see what his face looks like right now, to be honest. But this man took a Superman punch and was out. Which also, because of that, don't be surprised if Reigns gets stripped. You know, Sheamus may end up getting the title back, or, you know, they may have some type of a Royal Rumble. Whoever wins the Royal Rumble gets the belt. Now, mark my words. Mark my words. If they strip Roman and they don't give the belt back to Sheamus, they don't just hand it to him, then what we're looking at is a possible winner of the Royal Rumble is the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Now, you got to look at it like this too. It's too much going on with that title right now. I mean, Seth Rollins had it and dragged us along on that ride with him, and then now it's like he's winning. He got cashed in. Sheamus only had it for about 6 minutes. Then boom, Roman gets it back basically. Don't forget, Roman is now a 2-time WWE World Heavyweight Champ. So we just don't know. It's crazy. It's really crazy. I mean, he hasn't had a chance to like get the Intercontinental or the U.S. Championship, but you know, he's right in the jump. So for those of you who are Roman Reigns diehards and are upset if he doesn't get the belt or doesn't get the fight for the belt at Mania, try not to be, because you want him to get a belt still. He still needs to get the Intercontinental, either or the U.S. title. He's already been a tag team champ, and now he's been a 2-time WWE World Heavyweight Champ. So we're pretty much looking at like now, you know, either he's going to keep that and go along with it, or, mark my words, hear me when I say this, and I said it first, you know, he'll get stripped of it, and then there'll be, they won't give it back to Sheamus, but then